Hey guys, Frightener22 here, and welcome back to my June 7th DVD update. I know it's been like months since my last DVD update. I think my last one was March 23rd, so it's been a pretty long stretch, but I've been getting a lot of questions in regards to when the next DVD update would be, and lo and behold, here it is. I know that I've been keeping you guys entertained with the complete My DVD collection videos, and I got plenty more of those in the can, so over the course of the summer, more and more of those will begin to unroll out, but in the meantime, we're going to have a brand new DVD update of all the things that I've gotten on DVD and Blu Ray since March. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The first thing that I got was a red carpet double feature of two Corey Feldman films, South Beach Academy and Rock and Roll High School Forever. South Beach Academy I still haven't watched yet, but I mainly got it, I mean, any Corey Feldman movie I'll watch and, give it a chance, because, I'm just a sucker for the 80s, and Feldman is awesome. But the main one that I bought this for was 1990s Rock and Roll High School Forever, or 1991's rather. And this one, it's, it's different. I mean, how do you really compete with the original and, like, the music of the Ramones and, PJ Souls and stuff, but this one is just, it's completely cheesy to the max, and it's an okay time. I mean, like, I found myself, like, laughing at this a lot just because it's just so, roll on the floor cheesy, and I guess that's kind of the charm of this movie. And from, I was kind of like, I found myself bopping a lot to, like, the opening song, Rock and Roll High School Forever, and I, like, kind of did a search for the soundtrack. And apparently, from what I understand, at the end of the credits, they say that the soundtrack is it's available courtesy of some record company, but the soundtrack was never actually released in it. And from what I understand, it's actually one of the most sought-after soundtracks to film, which is surprising. But yeah, there's a lot of cool music in this. I mean, no Ramones, and the Ramones aren't in it, but yeah, I mean, like, it has some decent tunes in it, and I mean, like I said, it's just cheesy galore, so definitely check this one out. I mean, who knows how long, a double feature like this is going to stay in print for, so make sure, you get around to getting it sometime soon. The next one I got just actually came back in print, and I got it pretty cheaply, and it is the 1988 film, Night of the Demons. I actually reviewed this film during my 31 Frightening Days of Halloween marathon. This was actually the October 31st Halloween review, so if you guys want to hear my detailed thoughts on this film, go ahead to the 31 Frightening Days of Halloween playlist and check it out. But yeah, overall, I really, really enjoyed this film. This past Halloween was the first time I actually viewed it, so I had to pick it up, and once it got put back in print, that was just a no-brainer, so I snatched it up pretty quickly. But this is a really, really fun Halloween horror film. The next one is the Blu-ray release of the first film I ever saw, and you can actually see my detailed review of this film in the Saturday Night Movie Drive-In reviews. It was actually the Season 2 finale review, and that is A Nightmare on Elm Street. So, yeah, I actually didn't have the Blu-ray copy to review for Saturday Night Movie Drive-In when I did the review, but I bought this day one, and I really like it. I think the Blu-ray is a really good job. The film looks good, the sound is really incredible. I mean, the score really, really just, kills your eardrums. I mean, it just sounds really fresh, and the picture's pretty crisp. So, yeah, overall, I was really, really happy with this. Really great to see the original out on Blu-ray. The next one I got is from Shout Factory, and it's the recently, it just got released. It's under the Roger Corman's Cult Classics banner, which is unbelievable. They have so many cool films coming out over the course of the summer, and I hope Shout Factory just continues to dig deeper and deeper into Corman's catalog, because he's got so many great films. But the first film that was released was a film by Penelope Spheris, and it's from 1983, and it's called Suburbia. I had never seen this film, but this film is fucking awesome. It's, she cast real punks in it. It's just about punks living in the early 80s in LA, and it's incredible. I mean, she casted real punks for the sake of for the sake of just, reality, and to keep, the realism, as close as possible, and it was unbelievable. And if you look close, actually, one of the punks is a very, very young Flea, the bassist of Red Hot Chili Peppers, before he got famous in anything, really. So it's really cool to see him in an early role like this, but this film is awesome. The opening scene is so fucking brutal and ridiculous. Like, you don't see it coming, and it just sets a great fucking tone for the film. But, yeah, for the first film to be released out of this Roger Corman's Cult Classics catalog is a fucking fucking gem, real diamond in the rough, so I would absolutely recommend picking this one up. This was a great, great film if you're into 80s and punk lifestyle. The next one I got was another film that just recently got back in print, and I'm so happy to finally own it, and it's 1993's Joe Dante film, Matinee. This film is so, so great. I mean, it's just a real joy to have this one back in print. It stars John Goodman, and it's really, you know, it just dates back to the 1950s, you know, drive-in monster movie type story, and it's just really, really awesome. Omri Katz is in this, who was the main kid in Erie, Indiana. And it's just a great, great film. So, I mean, to see this back in print when this, you know, was fetching close to $100 for the out-of-print DVD on, like, Amazon through various sellers, it's really, really great to have this back in print. So, now that it's back in print, get your asses out there and get this, because this is a really, really great, highly underrated Joe Dante classic. Check that one out, Matinee. The next one I got was the one that finished up the X-Men series from the 1990s, and it's Volume 5 of the animated series. I haven't actually cut into any of the X-Men animated series yet since I've got them on DVD, but once Volume 5 got released, I had to pick it up to complete it, so I have all of them now. Really awesome to have that. Another recent pickup that I found at Walmart for $5 was Mannequin and Mannequin 2 on the Move double feature, and I never really see this in stores. I mean, I see this online for like no, you know, cheaper than $12, so it was really, really cool to see this for $12, and they are actually on 2 separate discs, so that's really cool. So it's, you know, it's really cool to have this. I think both of them are, you know, a cheesy, fun time, so definitely check this one out if you can find it in a local Walmart. The next one I got was one of my favorite films of all time, and I reviewed this in the first season of Saturday Night Movie Drive-In, but again, under the Roger Corman's Cult Classics banner, courtesy of Shout Factory, the Blu-ray release of Rock and Roll High School. Fucking fantastic film, great music, great acting, just fun fucking times. I mean, this is like the definition of a fun movie, and the special features are just incredible. All commentaries, behind the scenes, just, it's just an excellent disc. I mean, I'm really going to start cutting into the special features, and the Blu-ray, I like it. I think the print looks awesome. It's just great to have a film of this stature on Blu-ray, so if there's one film out of my DVD update to pick up and snag, it's Rock and Roll High School. I mean, you guys owe it to yourself to see this if you haven't. Just a great film. The next one I'm really excited to talk about, and it is Never Sleep Again, The Elm Street Legacy. This is, hands down, this is a 4.5-hour documentary with a second disc compiling, you know, hours and hours of bonus features and stuff, but this is the definitive documentary on A Nightmare on Elm Street, and I would go as far to say this is the best horror documentary I have ever seen. This thing is fucking incredible. They tracked down practically everybody that was involved in the Elm Street series and interviewed them, and it's just unbelievable. I mean, for a hardcore Elm Street fan like me, there was stuff that I was learning that I never knew about thanks to this documentary, so you absolutely need to pick this one up if you are a fan of Elm Street or horror in general. This is how you do a fucking horror documentary. 4 hours long. It's badass. And the last two ones are some recent buys. The latest effort from Tim Burton and Johnny Depp, and that is Alice in Wonderland. You can see my review of this in the At the Movies playlist. But I got the Blu-ray DVD combo at the midnight release, and, you know, I thought this movie was a pretty decent fun time. The Blu-ray review is apparently incredible on this, so I'm excited to check this one out eventually on Blu-ray, but I managed to use the $10 coupon the first week that this was released that Disney offers on their titles lately, so I got this for $10 cheaper, so definitely, you know, worthy buy. Just really, really cool to have this. You know, I collect anything Burton and, you know, Depp related, so this is a, you know, great addition to the collection. And the final film that I had gotten was, they actually had this out on the table during the midnight release of Alice in Wonderland, and it is the Blu-ray 2-disc unrated director's cut of The Wolfman, and you can see my review of this again in the At the Movies playlist. Sure, there was flaws to this movie, but I found a lot of fun in this one. You know, the character development was a little lacking, but from what I heard, the director's cut actually helps that a little bit. It's still not perfect, but it does help a little bit with the first act, which is where a lot of people complain where the most problems lied. So, yeah, I'm happy to have this one. I did find a lot of fun in that one, so check that one out. As you can see, it's June 7th, so I tried actually going to my local Best Buy to get Family Matters, but they didn't have it out early yet, so I hope to get that tomorrow. But until then, I'll see you guys over the course of the summer with more of my DVD collection videos. So, I'll see you guys then. Thanks again for tuning in. This is Frightener22.